All right, hello everyone. It is now 8 o'clock, so we're going to get started here. So, hello everyone, and happy Hump Day. I hope you've had a great week so far. I do want to mention, as always, that the Q&A app is turned on the sidebar, so you can submit questions on the right-hand side of the screen. There is a delay between when you submit them and when I can see them, so please don't wait till the last minute because I might not see them. Let me just double check to make sure that's on. There we go. All righty. And let's see. So only one question has been pre-submitted so far tonight. So I'll answer that now, and then I will check for any questions asked while I'm doing so. If none are asked, I guess it will just be a shorter hangout, and that's okay. So our first question comes from Avia. Thank you for this timely question because it's related to being sick, and I feel like I'm fighting off a cold. So if you see that my eyes look a little bit glassy and I'm a little bit redder than usual, it's because I'm fighting off of a terrible cold, and I hope it just goes away. So, so Avia said that she's miserably sick with some type of virus and was advised to take it easy. She asks, what's a good approach to take when you're really sick and don't have the energy to cook or work on new habits? She mentioned that she feels it is so easy to fall back into her old habits because they're a comfort zone for her, and she's not even thinking of digging herself out of those because she's so miserably ill. So Avia then mentions that she's angry that she can't work out even when she realistically can't, and is wondering if there's anything that she could do differently to help with a speedy recovery. So first thing is, I would definitely cut yourself some slack in this situation. Focusing on new habits, exercising, eating fewer calories than you're used to, these are all stressors on your body and your mind. Being sick is a stressor on your body and your mind. The regular stress in your day-to-day life are stressors on your body and mind. Your body and mind can only physically handle so much stress, and it's really about picking and choosing your battles. In the end, incorporating fitness into your life and in life in general is about managing your stressors and making sure you're doing away with stressors that are not really serving you any good right now. So if you're really sick, I don't think it's doing you any good on focusing on weight loss and the habits around weight loss right now at all. You should put all of your focus and energy toward getting better and feeling better, given how sick your doctor said you are and how you're feeling. I wouldn't worry about regular exercise right now during you being sick. Don't worry about tracking your food. Just get better. Depending on exactly how you're feeling, that may not hold entirely true, but given that it's definitely a virus and you're feeling like crap, you don't want to cook, you don't want to do anything, obviously that's your body telling you, please rest, please get better, please feed me. Listen to your body in that case. As far as ways to recover faster from being sick, that's going to be your basic list of things like getting enough to eat, meaning you don't need to be worried about cutting back on your food during this time. You need the energy to recover and repair your body. You need to stay hydrated. That's especially important. You need to get enough restful sleep. And I know that can be a challenge, especially when you're sick. So you have to just do the best you can and maybe kind of overreach to try to get better sleep, just so that the actual end result of enough hours of sleep matters. Now, food choices are helpful for long-term health, as I hope you have heard me say numerous times. But this is especially important when you're sick. You have to get enough vitamins, enough minerals, and you should have healthful food choices like fruits and vegetables that'll help you get those vitamins you need and minerals you need to recover. I don't specifically think you should exclude anything, and you shouldn't be forcing yourself, meaning if your stomach is bothering you as a result of being sick and you don't really feel like eating fruits and vegetables, it's not worth worrying about at that point. Personally, I do not like soup when I'm not sick, but when I'm sick, I pretty much only eat soup. And it's like chicken noodle, vegetable soup, whatever. It's any type of soup, I'll eat it. And I'll be more than happy to eat toast and crackers with it, even though that I normally wouldn't eat things like that. And there's nothing wrong with toast and crackers per se. It's just I don't normally pick them because they don't fill me up. But when I'm sick, I tend to not really have an appetite. So that's kind of when you want to eat like blander foods that can, give you the vitamins and minerals you need. A nutrition bomb, and I mean bomb in a good way, is potatoes. So some type of potato soup would likely give you lots of vitamins and minerals to help you get better. This is going to sound weird, but a lot of times my go-to comfort food that I would never eat ever outside of when I'm sick or not feeling well would be SpaghettiOs with crumbled up Ritz crackers in them. And I think I saw that from like an early 90s, late 80s movie called Overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. So I may be dating myself a little bit with that movie, but in that movie, Kurt Russell is like the single dad who has no idea what he's doing, and he feeds his kids SpaghettiOs with crumbled up Ritz crackers. And I guess that stuck with me when I saw the movie as a kid, and it's something I always seem to subconsciously want or crave when I'm really sick. It's probably, if I probably were to eat it when I'm not sick, it probably wouldn't taste very great. So aside from those things, common wisdom is you need to get a bunch of vitamin C, or you need to switch to zinc lozenges to help you feel better. There have been studies done on both of those things, and the information is a little bit conflicted. With that said, though, the placebo effect, meaning even if these things like additional vitamin C or zinc lozenges, even if they don't do anything when they're given to people to test what happens, if you believe that there's some effect, that's the placebo effect, and that can be a powerful thing, because in some cases, it's mind over matter, and the placebo effect is not some life-altering thing, but it can have a significant impact on the way you're recovering and things like that. So in the end, it's really just about taking care of yourself, feeding yourself, making the best food choices you can, but also making sure you're eating enough, and eating to what your body's telling you. Meaning, if you have an upset stomach, you're going to want to eat blander foods, probably lots of carbs, and that's okay. You shouldn't worry about it. It should be the last thing on your mind. Just get better. Take care of yourself, get some rest, and don't worry about weight loss, fat loss, any of that when you're really sick. That should be the least of your concerns. With that said, if you're only minorly sick, like I have a head cold, and other than the fact that it's basically just giving me a mild headache and I just feel like some sinus pressure, it didn't keep me out of the gym. My situation is a little bit different. I don't go to a gym. I have a gym in my basement, so I don't have to worry about getting anyone else sick. So that's something you may need to consider in your own situation. It may be appropriate to skip going to the gym, or go in during a less crowded time, so you have time to wipe everything down so you don't infect other people. So the only time that I skip workouts if I'm feeling sick are when I'm sick below the neck. And what I mean is if I have chest congestion, or I feel like incredibly weak in the limbs, or just I'm like, throwing up, obviously, or just doubled over in stomach pain, things like that, I'll definitely skip. Sometimes I might feel a little bit weaker due to a head cold like I did today, but I usually still work out, and the end result is that I feel better. I don't know if you saw my log entry in the community today, but when I worked out today, going in, I was like, I'm not really going to push myself. I'm feeling weak. I didn't have a great day because of how I felt, and it was just sluggish all day. And I just said, I'm not really going to worry about it. Just go in there and do whatever and have fun. And I ended up beating a bunch of PRs, even though my mindset was I'm not really going to push myself. So I did better than I did last week when I wasn't sick. And I don't know. As a result, I feel better than I did all day from working out. So it's really just about listening to your body. For me, I know that if I'm only a little bit sick and it's a head cold, working out usually makes me feel better. But if I'm sicker than that, I'd probably skip and just concentrate on getting better. And it's not like I'm going to track calories when I'm sick or worry about getting enough protein. I'm just going to eat to get enough water in me and just get some rest as much as I can. So I think that pretty much covers your question there. So let me check and see if any other questions have been asked in the Q&A portion. And if not, we will have a short hangout. And I'm not seeing any questions currently being asked, and that's okay. So I'm actually going to practice what I preach and go to sleep because I would like to feel better as soon as humanly possible. I am a terrible patient when I'm sick. I'm just miserable. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I will post the information regarding the hangout next week. And if you have any questions in the meantime, always please ask me, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. I hope everyone has a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.